Pop Douglas clearly liked this matchup, Ted, that led to his touchdown on Sunday. But why was this matchup the way that it was? I want you to break this one down for us. You've got popping off written at the top of the board there. Tell us what happened here.
You got it, Phil. This is, of course, DeMario Douglas. Great touchdown catch right here. But a great play design by Josh McDaniels here. Here are the 5 eligible receivers for the Patriots. You have the defense for the Falcons playing a 2-deep man under. That's cover 5, 2-deep man under. You see everybody lined up on their guy. But here's the interesting part here is you have Jalen Walker, an edge rusher, outside linebacker, their first-round draft pick. He's covering DeMario Douglas, who was in the offset position right here. You see Travion Henderson is split out wide. They usually are swished. It's usually the running back in the backfield and the wide receiver out here. But they did a little wrinkle, and they put the wide receiver out here because they were anticipating man-to-man coverage. And that was the wrinkle in this play. And this is what the genius of Josh McDaniels, knowing that they were probably going to be in this coverage and exploiting their coverage by switching those two guys around. What you'll see right here, Jalen Walker, this outside linebacker, even though it was a bad matchup, he still could have done a better job of disrupting this route right here. He should have pressed, I think, DeMario Douglas right here and not let him get all that space to run right by him. So by not slowing him down, not getting the forearm to him, not hitting him at the line of scrimmage, by playing off of him like he did, it created just a way for DeMario Douglas to free release quickly out into the route and not lose any momentum, and that was a big part of it. You see the 2 safeties back here. This safety back here should have helped better on this play. He was sucked in too far in the middle, and that was a big part of the problem on this play as well.
Ted, do you think the safety is looking at Kayshon Boutte there, number 9, or Hunter Henry, number 85? Those have been Drake May's go-to guys. Is that why 31 is maybe pulled towards the middle of the field?
It's absolutely. Absolutely. And I was a little bit surprised that they didn't alert the defense. I didn't see anybody pointing to DeMario Douglas like, hey, that guy's not supposed to be there. That guy's not supposed to be there. I don't think they even caught that at all. And so you're right. I'm guessing that they were focused on covering Boutte right there or Hunter Henry coming on the cross. And so by him getting sucked in by this action, it left all this space right there. And you talk about he stacks them. He gets over his coverage, and it's a perfect pass right there. He catches the ball on the 2-yard line, drops the ball right in the bucket. Great play design, great execution, great job of studying, knowing what you needed to do to exploit that defense all in this one play.
Unbelievable that the Falcons aren't able to pick up on this. Maybe with the Ramondre Stevenson injury, there's some confusion as to who might be in the backfield and who might not for the Patriots. But clearly the Falcons a little bit discombobulated on that play, leads to a score for Pop Douglas. Drake May wasn't even the best Drake on the field Sunday, believe it or not. The Falcons' Drake London had 119 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game, both the most that the Patriots have given up this season. In fact, he's the first receiver with multiple TDs against the Patriots this year, and the first 2 had a lot in common. For more, it's time for another breakdown. We're back here for Board Games, brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains don't flow. Going to try something a little bit different here. We're actually going to look at 2 separate plays, Drake London touchdowns, both of them, because, Ted, I know you saw things in terms of how the Patriots played it with their matchups and their technique that are worthy of further looking into. We've got London calling written at the top of the board. Let's take a look at these 2 plays right now.
You got it. So the Falcons were able to exploit the Patriots defense in the red zone, which a lot of teams are. The Patriots are the worst red zone defense in the NFL right now. But what you have right here is the Falcons doing a good job of game planning, anticipating the Patriots are in man-to-man. You have Drake London out here. You have the number 2 receiver inside of him. And you got Marcus Jones and Christian Gonzalez. Right now, they're locked on these guys, okay? Where they are right now, they are locked. Those are the 5 eligible receivers, and it's man-to-man. Look at all this space. They're on the right hash, so you got all this space out here, and it's on the 2-yard line. So you got to know that the ball's going to come out fast and probably somewhere in this area. You have to anticipate that when you are on defense right here. So that's a big part of it. What happens here, you will see Drake London goes in motion. Once he gets right there, he's in a stacked position. That triggers these 2 guys to switch their coverage or banjo it or in and out it, as they say, okay? And this is the route that they run. And so now Christian Gonzalez went from covering number 5 to covering number 1, and you will see that Marcus Jones now takes Drake London, okay? But the way they stack it, it makes it difficult for Marcus Jones to get outside leverage and get on top of him. And so that was the difficult part. You have the undersized Marcus Jones going up against a taller guy in Drake London. He out-leverages him partly because of just the traffic that he was involved in. A really nice play design by the Falcons. The Patriots switched that, and they got burned by it, Phil.
And they got a similar look at the end of the first half here, Ted. And it looks like they played it a little bit differently, yet still they end up with Marcus Jones on Drake London, and it looks like he's locked there, Ted.
Yep.
Would you have played this a little bit differently if you're on that defensive staff?
I understand why they locked it, because the switch didn't work previously in the game, and so now it's a similar situation. So now they're deciding to lock Marcus Jones right there. I would have put a bigger defender on him. That's just me, but they decided to lock him, and then these two guys passed off their coverage and switched it, but they still kept Marcus Jones on Drake London. And you'll see these routes right here. What they do is these two receivers run their routes, and what it does is Drake London waits for these guys to pass him, and then he goes under their routes to get separation from his coverage. Remember, he's locked on him. These guys switched it, and see how he out-leverages him because of the wash right there? So it's a perfect throw, perfect concept to get outside leverage on Marcus Jones. And again, the height, he goes up and high points it, and Marcus Jones does the best with what God gives him. 5'8". He's a tough guy. He's a really good player, but it's very difficult in those situations to go up and go as high as those receivers are going when the ball is thrown up in the air like that.
I asked Mike Vrabel on Monday morning if they got the matchups they were looking for on that particular play, and he basically indicated what you just said. Marcus Jones is a good player. He's a tough player. We trust him down there. So it feels like they were happy with how things were aligned. No mention of Carlton Davis, who's a bigger corner, maybe coming down and swapping places with Marcus Jones and maybe seeing if they could get a different result that way. But certainly that size mismatch played in Atlanta's favor on that particular play.